The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Deuce, 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 deuce. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Alert flare, alert. 26.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
At the 33-yard line.
Check pass, check pass.
Shit, shit. Alert. 59.
Banjo, 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 banjo. 55 is mine, guys, 55.
Hey, 55.
Let's go. Whip, 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 whip.
55.
Watch safety 3.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Set. 19. Watch 55. Come on, to the car.
Check 55 for mine. Check 55 for mine.
59.
Watch the slant. Check, check, lucky.
At 31.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. He completes this one to Mack. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. A cool little accomplishment for him passing the football. 25,000 yards. He just surpassed that for his career.
When he was a little guy in the backyard just throwing it around probably with his dad, he thought about playing in the NFL. He dreamed of it. But to put up these kind of numbers while doing so, that's got to be kind of cool for him. He'll enjoy the heck out of thinking about that when this one is over.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch 54, watch 54. Record, record. Motion. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
54.
Hey, dog.
Check 50, check 50. Check 9, check 9.
Watch twist.
Watson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Back. Check 31, check 39.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10.
Go. 180. Inside 7.
On 1st down, Glass. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Check 56. Let's go, D. Hatchet.
Black, come on.
Watch out.
6-6. Pull it high.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
5-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Eagles.
Here we go. 280. Let's go.
Watch quick. Watch this.
They'll run on 1st down. Glass.
Go. It's run. It's running.
We're scoreless after 1.
Go.
120. 56. Choose it.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. He's going to air one out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Here we go. Back 180.
56. Watch the run. They're running it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
180.
Check 56. Hey, I'm coming.
Out. Go.
Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Here we go. Straight 15. Kill.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. 29. Check your hot read. Hey, check 24. Alert, alert. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Check 3, check 24.
3rd and long. It's Watson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Check right, check right.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Throwing now is Wentz. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williamson. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. It's a big play there for the Eagles. And even 60 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the red zone now, Wentz. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
That's it. Big hit.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Wentz to throw. Going Left side here, and it's complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Chubb on 1st down, no room to roam as he struggles just to get back to the line of scrimmage. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check 26, check 26. Under crunch, under crunch, under crunch. Check. And 24.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
19 and 24. I don't even know why this team showed up. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball in the look.
From the gun, here's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. On play action, Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 yards and a 1st down for Philly.
1st down, Eagles.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He hit his first, now this from 43. And Elliott puts this one through. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports Halftime Report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Now Wentz on third down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Atkins. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
They're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Get that quarterback at all costs. He's crashing. Good now. Slam. Check the backer. To the park.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
54. Check 52. 25. 25. Check 25. Watch the motion.
Out of the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. I'm coming. I'm coming. SOS.
A run for Nick Chubb. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Set. 18.
53.
I got him.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Let's go. Let's go.
He may try and run for this. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Give him 5 on the QB run, but it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know. They're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally, I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Well, that's complete to Sanders. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
From the 17, Watson, rush coming, and he's taken down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
10. Shoot. Kill.
24.
Here's Watson, throwing on third and long. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Alert.
Hey, alert 3.
It's caught right side by Daniels. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
19.
Number 7. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the 36-yard line.
Check 24.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Hey, watch the ball. Take it. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53. I'm going to come back to you.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go.
First 6.
Number 53. Mike 53. Watch the run.
Down, go.
Operating from the gun. Watson being chased out left. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
55's Mike, guy. 55. Come on, boy.
Hey, alert.
Don't be scared of it. Check. Watch the shit.
55. Down, go.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. On 2nd and 12, Watson. And Daniels has it left side. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, It's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, switch gears.
Alert!
To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. His throw caught at about the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. Here's Jacobs. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. You weren't coming. This is what we're coming.
They come out here in the eye. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare. Shift, shift, shift. Whip, whip, whip.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
A 3-yard loss. It's now 4th down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Eagles defense able to hold.
Check, check, lucky, lucky.
Run.
Shoot, shoot, shoot. Showing up.
Hey, empty.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Lead 5-3. Great.
Back.
Lion.
Another run with Sanders. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go. Waiting. Hey, empty.
Wins to throw. And he connects with Ertz. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A big pickup there for the Eagles' 1st down, 18 yards.
1st down, Eagles.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Joker. Check.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
61, match box.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Now Wentz. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Here we go.
Hey, check right. Watching your five.
Rabbit.
After the interception, here's Watson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Check 31. Check to the core.
Back to throw. Steps away to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And not all W's are created equal, CD. And this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything.